Jay's broken a downlight, just go along with him. You know, we'll just board over it, someone else's problem in like 5-10 years. Random cat just walked in the job. Hang on a minute, this is dumb. I don't even know what you're supposed to do with that. Oh mate, 8 foot. There's no way he's gonna fit. Why would anybody own one? If a customer wants something, just give it to them. What do I say next, camera boy? I can't remember what to do. It's been so long. Welcome back, everybody. It is good to be back. We are in an Amnesty store. We are putting in some additional lighting. So you may actually remember this from one of the previous videos many moons ago. This is the back part of the shop, and they always had these pendants here with these nice fancy LED lamps fitted to them. But the problem is it's quite a warm light, and they want to keep the nice decoration, but they want to have tracks just to keep it brighter. So they specified the tracks, we've ordered them, we've just put them up on the ceiling, and now we're connecting them up. I'm still on L plates because I'm just not in flow of this. What do I say next, camera boy? Did you manage to get that spring in?
Yeah, but it doesn't look up anything.
Jay's broken a downlight, so I'm going to go and repair that, and we'll be back in a second. What can we do on cam to wind him up? Because we could actually put this in a piece of content. We've got a group chat between all of us, and of course Jimbo's in Wales, isn't he? So Jimbo this morning has put a message in the group chat saying have a good week, and we thought it would be nice to ignore him completely and just try and wind him up a bit. So he's put, what did he put? Where's...
Yeah, I wouldn't go too far.
Yeah, I don't want to scroll too far back actually. Have a good week, lads. And we thought, yeah, we're gonna just ignore him and see how long, if we just keep ignoring him. He hasn't actually replied yet though.
Has he seen it?
Give it till lunchtime because he'll start getting withdrawal symptoms. Let's stop for breakfast, lads. I'm paying. Let's see what he says. He'll have to reply eventually. So yeah, basically we're working in this Amnesty store today. Another one. We've got to put these tracks. They've got these pendants. But the problem is when these are on, it's too much of a warm glow. It's not good for reading. So what we're going to do, or what they've asked us to do, is to put in these tracks. But it's a bit, I don't know. There's not a single straight wall in this building, and none of the downlights are lined up to anything. And we put them in where is roughly going to look as good as it's going to look, you know. And then we're just going to tap the power off these pendants. I'm not sure what the end result's going to look like. I think it's going to be, I don't know, we'll see when we turn it all on. But this is what they want. I've learned not to argue with customers. If a customer wants something, just give it to them. Just don't question it. I mean, if they put cool white in, it would be a bit better. It would be just a bit of a brighter white, just so they can at least see what they're doing. But they wanted warm white in here, so I mean, it's better. It's actually not as bright as I was expecting this to be, like sunglass territory. So the next area is this front bit. So for reasons that I'm not sure why, I thought they wanted tracks in the front as well, which would have made logical sense. If they've got tracks down there, just put like one track up here, one track down here, happy days. But they wanted these bar lights up here. No idea why. I can't say I'm a lover of these, to be honest. Yeah, we were given this plan, which as you can see is not, you know, it's basic in its sort of concept. But it looks like one over there somewhere to light up the kiddies area. One over there on that bookcase, and then I'm guessing just one here somewhere. We're going to go with the flow and see how this turns out. All right, fellas and ladies. So that end's done. This end, we put these bar lights in where they're supposed to be. I'd have personally preferred it if we'd have just put tracks in. I think it would have been nicer, but this is what they want, so that's what we've fitted. They look all right, but I think, yeah, tracks would have been nicer up here, to be honest, but actually that one isn't coming on. Oh yeah, it is working, it's just that lamp has died. Yeah, the power of that lamp's died, needs a new lamp. That's the problem, you pay like 40 quid for one of those, and it lasts about, when did we fit that? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago, maybe? Right, we're going to have a quick clean up, we're going to wrap up, and I'll see you out by the van. Right, this is not out at the van, this is actually the next day now. So we are over in Hampstead. This is a job where we've had to put an EICR on this place. And it's an interesting place. This is a classic example, this property, of when people renovate a property and they want to make as much space in a property as they can, and their mentality is we box everything in, we make the rooms bigger, we make it wider, make it look nicer, we fill it full of light and air, but the downside is we can't maintain it. And this is a classic example. Let me show you. This house was refurbed about 10 years ago, I think. So Exhibit A. I don't even know what you're supposed to do with that. How do you maintain that board? You can't even, I mean, you can get the cover off with a squeeze, but like how do you fit a new board in that? Because boards nowadays are bigger than these ones, a 10, 12 way, what's this, 2, 4, there's a 13 way board. How are you even going to fit that in there? You know, like all of this, you'd have to just destroy it to take it all out. It's just absolutely zero thought went into the future maintenance of this place, which is a real shame. So what we're going to do, someone has already retrofitted 2 RCBOs in here. So what we're going to do, I've ordered up a load of RCBOs with us today. I'm going to take all these out and just fit RCBOs in. It won't give us a metal fuse board, but the way that I look at it is that what do you do, you know? And this isn't even the worst fuse board. Wait till you see downstairs. I don't really know how else you do it. We'll just put RCBOs in there, and I'll just tell the client, look, when you're having major redecoration works and stuff, that'd be the perfect time. I don't even know how this is going to work. They would have to, all of this corner would have to, I don't know. That's a massive job to change that board over. It's a nice view of the city, isn't it? Over there's Canary Wharf, BT Tower, Millennium Wheel right to the left of it. It's a nice gaff. But anyway, it's a nice view, but that wasn't what I wanted to show you. Over here, check this out. This is a kitchen, top floor, right? How do you maintain any of that heating equipment? Let me get a camera in there. Like, how do you even maintain any of that? I mean, it's just absurd. It's just all been completely boxed in and just no thought. And those pumps, those valves and everything are going to fail at some point, you know? I just don't understand. Like when they were building that, did no one think this is going to have to, but I don't think so. I think they were just like, yeah, let's just take the paycheck and get out of here. You know, in 8-10 years time, this will be someone else's problem. But just because you can't access something, that doesn't mean that it's unsafe. It just means you can't access it. So you just highlight it on the report. Yeah, unable to gain access to equipment. I don't know what else. It's an odd one because this is one of the only houses I've ever seen which is like this, where what do you do, you know? Everything else here is not too bad. We changed all downlights a couple of years back, so I know those are all good. I don't envisage us having any issues when we change those MCBs to RCBOs out. So let me get started because Jay's just gone to go and get the crimping tool for the RCBO. So let us get started and we're back in a sec. So this is down by the front door, and this is probably the best example of just how, like, just not thinking when you're planning in the planning stage of a project. How on earth do you, how do you replace that fuse board? It's buried all the way back there and it goes into this section here. So, I mean, you couldn't even, it's just bizarre, absolutely bizarre what they were thinking when they put that board in. I'm guessing the contract, I think probably what happened is the electricians fitted the board, but of course none of this was here. But then it would have been because there's switches here, so they knew this was going to be boxed in, you know? Why didn't someone turn around and say, hang on a minute, this is dumb, you know? But that's not even the worst part. Down here's the worst bit. Again, all about maximising space, which I get it. London, prime property, you want to maximise, the bigger the rooms, bigger the area, the more you can rent it for. I get it. But like, what are you supposed to do with that? How on earth are you supposed to service that cylinder? How do you even get that? If that cylinder's got to come out, I mean, all of this wall, it would just all, it's like they fitted it. I mean, surely the plumber knew when they fitted this, hang on a minute, there's going to be a staircase here. How, you know, but it's just like no one put any thought into it. It was just like, well, that's all right, you know, we'll just board over it. Someone else's problem in like 5-10 years. But the problem is we're here now because this property's there are faults on the heating system, there's faults with the electric, and all of these things are now starting to come out of the woodwork. What do you do? To cash in it. Right, that's the cover off this board. So that's what we've got. I know it's awkward for you guys to see, but it does beg the question. I mean, this is why we're putting RCBOs in here, because to try to upgrade that board, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, a 10-way board is, there's no doubt. I mean, there's just no, you're not going to fit a modern day board in that hole. So like, it begs the question, how would I even do this? Even if I was to, I don't know, take this board out, where I just don't know. You would have to cause so much damage here. So hence we're just putting RCBOs in, which isn't ideal. I would like to upgrade this board, but I mean, I just can't see, because I'm also, you're trying to be conscientious of the customer's budget as well, and time constraints, and you've got to try and find a compromise which suits you and suits the client. And yeah, putting a new board in here would be nice, but at the same time, realistically, it's just not going to happen. So I'll compromise. We'll just put RCBOs in, and I'll put on the ticket when they have major renovation works. It'd be the perfect time to move the fuse boards to a more sensible location. And that way, sort of everybody wins. Right. Let's change these breakers over. Come here, baby. This random cat just walked in the job. It's a rag doll. It's got no collar on, it just seems to have just wandered in. I love cats. We're about done here for today, because I've got to go down to South London because I've got a radio show to go and do. So, face for radio face, yeah. Come on, kitty. Come on. Down we go. I don't know whose you are, I don't know who you belong to, but it's been lovely having you here. It's now time to go. Okay, there we go. Bye. Right, I'll see you down at the studio. All right, forgot my lavalier mic, so I just happened to use my phone. But we're down at Fixed Radio. I thought I'd show you this and just drop this into the content, because this is something that you guys don't see every day. But this is basically where we do the shows which go out on Fixed Radio. It's every Thursday between 2 and 3. Qualifications, but he's grossly inexperienced, and you just take them under your wing, and then you can train them the way you want. The only downside to that is it's a really expensive way of doing it. This is basically where we do it. I mean, they haven't had the studio long, but meeting rooms, all the rest of it. Actually, I did have a meeting in here the other day with Louis, which went quite well. Louis is the head honcho here. But this is the bit in here, the actual studio itself. It's quite a cool little setup, man. They've grown a hell of a lot, because they're a national radio show now. But this is where Mark, my producer, sits. So this is where he does all of his. These are all the cams that you can see here, and then this is where he basically doctors all the stuff that we do over here. And this is generally where sometimes Paul Meenan, he comes in on the show. He's in here most of the time, to be honest. And then Bradley, another friend of mine, he comes in. But then this is where it all happens and just goes out live. So, and they've got the cams right behind you over there. So they turn it into podcasts. They turn it into clips, mostly for social media. And sometimes we'll have 3 of us in. So a couple of weeks ago, there was Paul there, me here, and then there was a guy from Nappet here a couple of weeks ago, I think, from memory. But that's it. And we do this every week, and that's every Thursday from 2 till 3. And you can catch up every day from 10 p.m. as well. So, yeah, I thought it was an interesting little thing to show you, because this is the other side of what we do that people never see. So just thought I'd show you that. It's interesting. All right, everybody, we're back. This is the next day. We're still in this house. We're just going through doing some EICR remedials, and one of the things I'm doing is just not part of the remedial works as such, but it's just making sure, excuse me, there's about 200 odd downlights in this property. There's an awful lot of them, and it's just making sure that all the lamps are working. So we're just going around just swapping them out. And I've said this before in previous content. These ones were the old-fashioned. These were the original lap. Lap is a brand of Screwfix, and you used to be able to buy a pack of 10 for, I think it was 21 quid, and they were such good lamps. I know that because I put them in here, and these ones have been in here for about 4 years now. This one, we've only had to replace 2 or 3. I think it's about two or three that have gone in 4 years. I think that's really good service for a budget lamp. That is really, really impressive. And these are the new ones that you can buy from Screwfix. Same part number, same everything, but the quality, I mean, the old ones weigh about literally 5 times the weight of the new ones. I mean, these new ones, I mean, there's just nothing to them. They're such inferior quality. So yeah, I don't know. It's a real shame, because that used to be, the problem is people are just going to stop buying them. So, you're trying to penny pinch Screwfix, I get it. You're trying to economise, but but you're economizing in a place which is really important because no one's going to buy that, and I'm not fitting it here. I was just doing a demonstration to show they look the same, but the weight of the quality is just there's just no comparison. Okay, so there is one issue here which I was hoping wasn't going to happen, but transpires it has. There's one of the RCBOs we've put in, there is a fault with it because as soon as you turn it on, it just trips straight away. But interestingly enough, it's for the it's marked as door entry, which is just literally it's a wire from the fuse board to a fuse spur. So I don't really see how you can have an issue with that. Right, let me just investigate. 2 seconds.
A few inches later.
So what it appears to be, it's got something to do with this. What looks like some sort. It looks like an underfloor heating controller. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's some sort of, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why it's in the corner. It's like almost like a frost-stat or something. I don't know. But when you turn that on, yeah, it just trips the RCD straight away. So, I don't know. We're going to do some detective work now, see if we can get to the bottom of what even that is. I'm guessing something to do with underfloor heating, because that's what it looks like, or a frost-stat. But we'll see. All right, so later on down a ranch, after a bit of investigation work, I cannot see what this does. It doesn't control any of the fuse spurs, it doesn't control the underfloor heating. I've got absolutely no idea. My only guess is it's something that's now redundant, so I'm just going to leave it disconnected, and if it ever comes up in the future what it is, then we'll know. But if it's disconnected, it's not going to cause an issue. And I can't see what it's for. That just doesn't make any, there's nothing immediately obvious. All of the heating controls will work. Underfloor heating kicks in all right, so pass, no idea. We will never know. Okay, transpired, it was for an old intercom system. That dial is for 2 to 10 seconds, so when somebody presses the door release, that's how long it'll open the electronic lock for. So I've just disconnected it because there's a new system in place here, so that's just some redundant. This is why I like redundant stuff to be taken out. I hate it when people leave, they just leave stuff in because you get these problems. But it's fine, it's sorted. I'm now going to go upstairs and see how Jay's getting on with that extractor fan that we're changing over, because we've got a fan upstairs which isn't working. Hello? Hello?
What?
Hey Big Jay,
It doesn't bloody fit.
how are you getting on?
It doesn't bloody fit. You're not filming that.
Oh, this is not good.
I did not say bloody passcode.
Oh, this isn't good. It won't fit now.
No, I've been trying
Oh
to bloody
dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I know, boss.
Oh, it's not good.
Bloody passcode.
But actually that fan is spinning all right. I don't know. Je ne sais quoi. Electricians with chisels, that's never good. I mean, you can try very carefully nibbling it with a pair of pliers. You can nibble it that way, but...
I'll borrow your pliers.
Use your own! Come back here at 4 o'clock, all the tiles in the bathroom are demolished. All right, we'll leave you to it. We've got another fan upstairs to change. Right guys and dolls, that's this job done. So we're finished here for a second. So what I'm going to do now, in fact, we'll run down to Mansfield Road. I'll get Jay set up on a job down there and we'll see you in a sec. Right, I've left my truck here, right? This is Church Row. Now Church Row is brilliant if you want to get into Hampstead High Street, because it just means you can get from the back of Hampstead to the front of Hampstead and High Street super quick. It means you haven't got to go down to Swiss Cottage, go around the triangle and come up Arkwright Road. You can just use this little shortcut. Problem is, just down here there's a width restriction. Now I've left my truck there because I know that truck doesn't fit, but I measured Jay's van, it's 7'4", and that's a 6'6" restriction. So we're going to see whether it fits. It says 6'6", but he may well fit, because that centre one isn't what I remembered, because the centre bollard is smaller. Yeah, bags are.
It's not my van.
Bags are. Have you got a tape measure? I just want to measure it for the sake of it. Yeah, I mean to the curb that's 7 foot.
Yeah, alright.
To the curb, that's
Yeah.
7. What's it to the thing? I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's.
I'll do it.
What's it to the thing again? Just to put it. Oh, mate, 8 foot. So it says 6'6", but.
I do not trust you.
All right, let's just let us assume the position. Yeah.
You make those figures up.
Completely made up. There's no way it's going to fit. I think we should actually just run up into here, because then we can just run away.
Oh my god. Actually,
Oh, I'll tell you.
do you know what?
I think. Hey! I knew you'd make it, mate. I told you. Bags of rum, mate. Bags of rum. That actually means mine would fit through there, actually, yeah. So there you go, 6'6" is not always what it says. Because that was actually 7 foot. All right, guys, this is something I just wanted to show you quickly, just to show what some of the stuff of what we're doing in the background. This is something that I've been out here with the lighting designer, and it's been designed and everything, and I think it's end of August or September, or I actually don't know. It's the next couple of months, I believe, it's coming up. But basically what the council want to do is light this footbridge, this road bridge up above us. So what they want to do, they want to bolt. They're actually quite nice fittings. They're about 1 meter long each, and they're like a track design. You fit one to the edge of the bridge, and it washes the underside of the bridge. And the idea is that they can change the colour, red, green, blue, whatever. They've got events on and stuff. I think they can just change it. They can change it whenever. And the idea is that the lights bolt. I'll show you on the other side. Actually, you can see it a bit better. So basically, the idea is this ledge here, this edge here. The lights drill into the side of the bridge. I'm not sure how they bolt on. I think they're just screwed into the side of the bridge. But basically you put one on, and then the next one clicks in, and then the next one clicks in, and you just keep clicking them in. There is a distance you can go. I'm not sure. I think it's either 10 meters or 20 meters. I don't know what. I can't remember what it is. But the power's taken off the columns overhead. And the council, I believe, they're leaving a power box here for us, and then we just connect into that. But it's an interesting little job. I think it's about a week's work, I think, somewhere around there. But I thought I'd show you that while we're passing to another job. Just sort of, this is a lot of the stuff that goes on in the background now, trying to get these sort of pieces of work. But it's a nice little job. I just thought I'd share it while we're passing by.
That was good.
Right, people, we've got a new dash light warning on the dashboard, obviously. We're not going to tell Thomas. We're going to let Thomas drive the van when we go back to see him, and it'll pop up, and we'll see if we can film his reaction, because he's going to be pissed. So Thomas, how much do you like this transit van?
What, the drop side?
Yeah.
What have you done to it?
Well, I haven't done anything to it, but there's another warning light come on the dash.
You're fucking joking, serious? You actually for real?
Yeah.
It can stay on, I'm not fixing it. What?
Don't worry, we've done it. We sorted it. We've cleaned the filters or something.
You know when the diesels get...
I don't care who says what, transit is just fucking shit. Why would anybody own one? Fix or repair it? I've had nothing but issues with that van since the day we got it. It just doesn't end. Talking about that van, right, I bought that van for it was 23 grand I paid for it, including VAT. So it's actually, I claim all the VAT back. But the point is, when you buy a second-hand vehicle, so it's outside its 3-year warranty. If you buy it from a dealer, there's a new thing they do now, and they'll offer you an extended warranty package. So what they'll do is they'll say to you, Mr. Nagy, you like that van? Okay, great. If you buy that van, we can offer you a 12 months, 3 years, or even a 5-year warranty. And you think, happy days, what can possibly go wrong? I'm getting an extended warranty, this is great. The problem is, what they don't tell you, and they all do this, what they don't tell you is the warranty they give you, it's not from them. It's basically an insurance-backed warranty. It's when you sign that document, you basically remove the garage of any responsibility for that vehicle. That's literally what you do. So in 6 months' time, when the cam belt snaps, or I don't know, the engine throws a con rod out the side of the block or something, or whatever, you ring that garage up and say, actually, you know that van I bought? Well, it's got a major problem. I need to bring it back. It's under warranty. The garage turn around and say, actually, the thing is, you signed that extended warranty, which means you have to take it up with them. It's not actually our problem anymore. So the garage just wash their hands of it, which is great for them, which is why they want to sell it, because they make money on it, and it basically removes any warranty from them at all. And the issue with these warranties is you ring up the warranty company and say, yeah, I've got this van, con rod's gone out the side of the engine. They'll say, okay, no problem, take it to Renault or Ford or wherever you want and just get a diagnosis from them, and then we'll step in and we'll try and fix it. What they then do is they will delay that process as long as possible, because they know that you need that van back on the road as fast as possible. So if you take that van to Ford, they'll then turn around and say, okay, Ford have said that it needs a new engine, no problem. We need to come and do our own assessment. So we need to send one of our own guys, just as a paperwork exercise, make sure that they're telling the truth. They'll delay that as long as possible because what they're hoping is you just fix it yourself. So these extended warranties are an absolute con. If you just Google them, I can't actually say the names of them because obviously I can't. But just extended warranties, there's a couple of obvious ones that come to mind. But yeah, they're an absolute scam. I took one out on that and I wish I hadn't. I should have if I didn't, I could have got the garage to fix the problems. But yeah, so don't take extended warranties. They're an absolute waste of money. Okay, now this is, actually we're just passing through. I've spent most of the day just trying to wrap up tiny, you know how you get little jobs that just back up and you've just got to go through all of them and just rapid fire, just get them all done. This is one of them. So we had to change some emergency lighting over, which we've done, but we've got to replace these pendants with LED fittings, with LED lamps. Now the problem with digital switches like these ones, you've got you used to get the old pneumatic push ones, which you pushed in and they'd slowly retract after a few minutes. Digital ones are great because they're a lot sleeker, but the only downside to them is when they turn off, because they're digital, they don't switch off completely and they do leak a bit of residual current. And the problem is when you've got LED lamps, that residual current is enough to cause the LED lamps to just be on very dimly. So what you can do to get around the problem is you fit one of these. You can buy these in most wholesalers, and basically all it is just, it's a capacitor, and you put it between the permanent live, you put it between switch live and neutral, and all that happens is when it's switched off, that just absorbs the residual current that's coming out of the back of the dimmer switch, back of the, what's it called? The back of the push button switch thing. That's what I was on about. But they are very good, and they're great for these sort of, oh, you got the lamps, yeah? Brilliant. They're great for this sort of application where you just want something to use up that residual current. So we'll fit it in now and you'll see what I'm on about. Right, we need a ladder. You got a ladder?
Hey, mate.
No. Oh, yeah, sorry, mate.
It's not my real ladder, it's my step ladder.
He's so cheap, really. I don't even like working with him. He's so cheap, really.
Well,
someone's
got to work with you, ain't they?
I hate you, mate. Should we take these Japanese lantern things off? Because all they do is just...
Go on to your house.
No, I think we'll take them off. Let's make the executive decision. I'll leave them here, and if they want to put them back up... It's horrible, isn't it? It's about 40 years of human skin. Okay, so it transpires that one of those capacitors wasn't enough because it's dimmed it down, but still not quite enough. These switches seem to be kicking out quite a bit of residual current, which is bloody irritating, to be honest. But it's not the end of the world. It just means I've got to fit 2 more of those and it'll clear the problem. So annoying. We've got to go back to Staples Corner to go and get it. We use Siri heads or tails. I pulled heads, so I've got to go. So we're going to put this all back together. Next thing you see will be us back here with 2 more of those switches. All right, so we've come back. We've fitted in the new push button timers for the hallways. So these old ones were these are actually old Micromark ones. But they've just got too much leakage on them, which is, unfortunately, the leakage on these is too much for the capacitors to deal with. If they've got a small amount of leakage, those capacitors are really good, so it's worth keeping those in your bag. In this instance, it was too much. So we fitted 3 of these new modules in, and the lights are working exactly as they should. So we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave all your feedback down below, and we will see you on the next video. Ciao for now. 8 hours of just me doing this in a ceiling. You've even got the right lens on. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the right lens on. All right. Right, we've got one warm white and one cool white. What's that about? Can you fuck off, please? Okay, boss. Young family walking past.
Oh, who bought lunch today, Tom?
Me. No, you bought it on the company card.
I didn't.
You're not?
I didn't, no.
That makes a fucking change.
I've never done that, Thomas.
Fucking all the time.
My name's not Jimbo.
No, he's Welsh, isn't he?
So, Jayo, quick company review. What do you think of Thomas Nagy himself?
Great boss. Great boss. Pay rise, mate. Yeah, great boss. Does a lot of stuff for me. I do a lot of stuff for him, more so. Nothing sexual.
I think that was pretty clear.
Nah, he's a great lad. We get on well. We have a bit of banter. And yeah. Don't watch me trim, by the way. My barber's on holiday and it's dead.
You look fabulous, mate. You look fabulous.
Okay. And since you've been back,
Well, you come in
I
and
just
it's
feel like
Bit waffle, go on.
You're not
no,
interested
it's just
in
like
this
you're like
positivity.
whenever you're ready. Like it's really rude. There's
Yeah,
no
like,
need for it.
you're not bloody
I
Steven
said whenever
Stills
you're ready,
builder.
sir.